Hey guys, so today I am opening up the November 2016 ArtSnacks box. And if you're not familiar with ArtSnacks, it is a monthly subscription. You get a box each month, about yay big. And you get around 4 to 6 art supplies in the box, depending on their price, sometimes their size. And they're always really on point about shipping these out on time. They're really good about sending your shipping information the end of the month, and if you live in the US, mine gets here super quick. And they've even got something now where your shipping information updates and they send you an email every so often. So I get an email when the label has been printed. I get an email when it's been shipped. I get an email when it's on its way. I get an email when it's out for delivery. And I finally get an email when it has been delivered. So they are really on point with their delivery service, because I have had another art subscription and it has been late before, which is very annoying. So let's go ahead and open this up and see what we got. And each month you always get a little ArtSnacks logo sticker, unless it's you get a collector's box like Inktober. Sometimes you get special stickers. And you always get a little piece of candy. So I got my sweet tarts here. And they always send you this little card that looks kind of like a bookmark that has a list of all the items in the box, a little bit of info about them, pricing and all that good stuff. But I don't usually like to look at it because it spoils the surprise. I like to open first and then read later. And it looks like they've sent me information about their studio collection because they've been promoting that lately. So this is actually separate. The studio collection is a one-time only fee, and you just get the box once, and they send you very nice sets instead of individual items. So if you're interested in the studio collection, go online to their site and check that out. So unpackaged in the box, we got this Stonehenge aqua cold press. Very nice watercolor paper. Love this. This should be really good. So we got our watercolor paper. And we got art spray. I have not seen this before, so this is very interesting. It's art spray. It says it's acrylic spray. So it's acrylic paint, MixedMedia. It's waterproof. And it looks like I got kind of an orange or reddish color. You kind of hear the ball in there to help mix it up really good. So this is very interesting. I'm anxious to test this out in a little bit. Alright, let's see. And then you always get a couple of special items wrapped in green tissue. Alright. So first thing I got is this very sparkly pen, and it's blue. Ooh, I like that. That's awesome. Let's get some paper over here. I like this very much. It's kind of like a typical marker pen, but what I like about it is you get a nice movement and the tip is nice and flexible, so when I'm writing with it, I get some very nice movement, and when I apply pressure, the end gives very nicely. I love that. It's awesome. Alright, what else we got? We got the Plumchester, I guess is how you say it, size 1.5. I'm assuming it's going to be black. Ooh. Me likey that too. Look at that tip. Oh. Ooh, I like this too. So it's got a nice fine tip. It's not quite exactly like a brush tip. Very nice and sharp though. And it's a little bit firmer than a brush tip. You get kind of the same freedom of motion, but it's a little bit firmer, which I like. I like that too. Maybe my new best friend. I like that. Ooh, look at this. This is awesome. I'm not even going to attempt to say that because it goes one way and it goes the other way. Grafx Aqua Ink Pump Soft Liner. 1mm brush. Let's see. Shake well, pump softly, and write. Okay, so let's shake. And I'm going to have to peel off the sticker. This is going to be aggravating. I think I just cracked my nail trying to get this off. Why? Why do we put a sticker right here? Wow. Okay. Pump softly. Ooh. It's very interesting. So you gotta shake it up. And then to pump, you don't push the bottom because I have a crank pen that's similar and you push the bottom. For this one, you put it in the top. There's a little hole here. And you put it in here and you pump. That is nifty. Ooh, and that's a pretty color too. It doesn't take that long for it to fill the tip. Sometimes it takes them a long time. I love that. That's a beautiful color. No, I'm starting to lose power. I love this though. It's got a nice tip. Still that brush tip, but it doesn't have all the little brush bristles. It's more of a solid marker tip. And again, it's got nice flexibility, but it still has a decent amount of firmness, which I like, because sometimes they can get a little too flimsy. Alright, let's clean up our mess a little bit. And let's get some information off of the card. So the Plumchester, which is this, is a new product and is an ArtSnacks exclusive, which is pretty cool. And it says the diameter of the firm nib is 1.5 millimeters and it will spring back to its original shape after use, which is what I was talking about. It's really good. I like the firmness, but I also like the flexibility. Okay, I'm going to attempt to say this, but I'm sure I'm going to butcher it. The Molotow Grafx Aqua Ink Pump Softliner is a staff favorite. It has a water-based ink and soft brush tip. And I really like that. I'm anxious to try that. And then the Marabu MixedMedia Art Spray is new to ArtSnacks, and it's a water-based acrylic that can blend with other colors. It's ideal for use with stencils or as a surface primer for colorful creations. You'll get different effects depending on how close you spray and the angle of the sprayer over the paper. So, probably like any other spray, if you spray close up to the paper, you're going to get a big blob. If you spray further away, you're going to get a nice little misty splatter. And then the Pentel Arts sign pen brush don't have anything really special to say about this. It's just one they chose to go in the box. And last but not least, the Stonehenge Aqua Cold Press Mini Pad is a bonus item. So we got this along with, how many did we get? 1, 2, 3, 4. So we got 4 main items, and then this is our bonus item, which is pretty cool. I'm anxious to try this. I got lots of little pads now. Alright guys, so these are our items that we got in the November 2016 ArtSnacks box. I'm going to clear these off and see what I can make with them. Okay guys, final thoughts on the items in the ArtSnacks box. I really love the paper I got in my little pad. Only thing, I had some trouble actually tearing it out, which is a good thing and a bad thing. If you want to work from the pad and not tear the paper out, it's good for when you move on to the next page, because usually when you use a pad like that, your top pages start to fall out as you work further into the pad. So positives and negatives about that. I love the Plumchester black pen that I'm using right now. The tip is awesome. You get some really nice fine details with it that I'm using for my little dandelion fluff. And it's got really nice control. It's nice and sturdy, a little bit sturdier than your typical brush pen, which I like because I have more control. Also really like the Molotow or however you say that, the Aqua Ink Pump Softliner. It is really awesome. One of the things I learned, if you want your ink nice and dark, like I did with my wavy lines at first, heavy ink. If you want it lighter, like I do later on with my little spirals and my really thick lines, you need to start and wait till it starts to run out of ink a little bit to get that nice lighter blue. I also really like the Pentel pen that I use to make my clouds. This is a really good drawing pen if you are into doing a lot of drawing with pens and having some nice detailing. I really like this pen as well. I am somewhat on the fence about the art spray because I feel like this is something I could essentially create on my own. I have little mini spray bottles that I use sometimes that I put in. I'll just dilute my own acrylic paint and put them in there. It is super runny, but I mean it has to be to come out of this little spritzer. And you don't really have a whole lot of control about how much it comes out, which is why I was using the paper with it. So I'm a little bit on the fence about that. I think it would be really good to use as a base layer and then build up from there, because you can kind of tell it made one of my pens run. But all in all, I really like the items in the box. I'm going to play with the art spray a little bit more before I fully decide how I feel about it. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time.